Thank you, Pragya, for nice introduction and bringing in Anil into this conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fireside chat with Mr. Anil Shetty, Vice President and General Manager, Channels India, Dell Technologies. We'll now hear from Anil about his perspective around the channel business and some of the evolving technologies and context to how the industry is moving. Hi Anil, good afternoon and welcome to SME Channel Summit and Awards. I'm really excited to hear from you about your perspective on some of the things that I'm thinking about.
Hi Sanjay, good to see you again, and as always it's nice talking to you. I hope the session is doing great. Yeah, so talking about giving you my perspective, I think the channel is become as I always say, is an integral part of our business, and has been one of the biggest contributor to our success in India. This has been, we had a phenomenal first half. There's been a double-digit growth across the LOBs and our channel business, which was coming on a very high base. So thank you to all the partners. So first of all, and that has been phenomenal. Without them, we wouldn't have been able to do. Talking about what's changing, I think there's a lot changing, Sanjay, over here with us. We are on the verge of launching Epic services, and we already have done it in most part of the world, Americas and US, Canada, and in Australia, China, Japan. But we are on the verge of coming up in India soon. And so that's all about new consumption models, and this is where we are going to be changing this is a conversation changing game from speed and feeds to experience and outcomes, and there are going to be various consumption models. So this is going to be a time where customer can we saw that, Sanjay, that customer couldn't we were not able to solve the problem with the cloud, which has been talked too much about, right? And did that solve the customer problem? But we saw that it wasn't really. So I mean, we still see the capacities lying vacant and people not know, they continue to pay and do. So we have a new consumption model where to say that you can, and that's been, by the way, launched in India already. It's called Apex Data Storage Services. So that's completely a new offering which talks about customer, whatever X requirement he has, he just needs to commit a 40% of that to us. That's all. And we give him the entire unit. So I'll give you, just to simplify this with a small example in a second. So somebody needs a 1 petabyte of it, and customer needs to commit us 400 terabyte, and we ship him a 1 petabyte box. And if customer, it is a metered system, and the customer can really pay us only on a subscription basis the 40% that he committed. But in case in between his load, he had to increase his capacity sometime to 50, 60, or 70, that accordingly he can be metered and can be given. So we invested, in a way you look at it, we invested 600 terabytes of the storage at his premises. So that's actually letting him know to use whatever he needs, and he's having more control. So that's kind of a changing model. And though similarly, there are many new models coming up over there from consumption models, which we would be soon launching it in India. So I think that is going to help partners tremendously, and they're going to play a big role in that. We already have spoken to some of our key partners who have shown interest in that, and we are continue to talk to more about this and see that how we can land up soon. So that would be launched in Q1.
All right, Anil, thank you very much for revealing such an important announcement that Dell has made. I have particularly some questions for you, some deep dive questions. Before I start, I must congratulate you for winning the channel, most favorite channel leader award in this very event, where I think 2,000 of channel partners whom we asked the question, they said that Mr. Anil Sethi is the befitting person to win this award. So you are winning most charismatic channel leader this
Oh,
year.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you very much. And thanks to all the partners who voted for me and gave me this opportunity. So thank you very, very much. I have to say this to them that I really have loved and enjoyed, and I continue to do that, working with each one of you there. It's You have no idea what I've learned from you and how much I have learned from you, because you are the real business entrepreneurs. Because people who run payrolls, I feel are the bigger ones, and they have a huge responsibility, and what they do is not easy. It's not something what we do. So thank you to all of you over there, and really appreciate this, and hope Sanjay settles down for a big party soon and we all have a drink together.
Definitely. Yes, absolutely. Let's have a party after this. All right, then. Now I'm hitting my question button for you. I've got 4 questions for you. The first one is, you are looking at this market. Data is everywhere. There is a kind of explosion of data. Connectivity improvements have happened also. On the customer premise, digital acceleration is happening all across. And obviously, this is very, very important and critical for the organization. How is Dell Technologies solving the challenges for the customers?
So I think this exactly was maybe I said it in earlier question as well. So it's definitely a data era. It's definitely which we all hear, and you were hearing 75% data. They say in 2025 is going to be in data centers or on cloud. So yes, we are super prepared on that, and that's where I just mentioned a while back that Epic services is going to be the game changer. Game changer in 3 important things. First, it's going to be bringing a lot of control to the customer. It's going to help partners to ensure that they can build in the annuity business. It's going to be entire. It's the heavy capital intensive area is all being load taken by Dell. So you can imagine the entire period of the time when the customer wants to use the infrastructure, whatever period it is there, it is on his consumption model. It is on what he will actually pay that, and in the most transparent way. So I think that's one thing which is definitely there, and that's what you will see will actual consumption of the capacities will happen. So people will not end up spending, customers will not end up spending something which they have in an unplanned manner. So I think that's what it is going to be there. So that's what we are completely ready with our all offerings. Even our current offerings are really our storage offering and our compute offerings are I think if you look at the market shares, we are top in most of the places there, and these are the ones which are helping build all the data centers. So that's where the whole data gets processed, right? So everything is sitting onto this infrastructure at the back end somewhere.
All right, Anil. Anil, I have been monitoring Dell Technologies' growth movement for a long time. I think last 5 to 7 years. Now, this in few quarters, I'm seeing that there has been a phenomenal growth for Dell. There has been key wins for last few quarters. This has been announced in public forum. Your global leaders have also accepted. You also said in your very presentation or keynote on the 10 Commandments. What kind of role are you seeing for the partners in the success journey or the success story of Dell?
So as I mentioned, Sanjay, earlier, that our partners play a key role. I mean, worldwide, by the way, globally. And in India, the story is similar. In fact, our India, we have about almost like about 55% of our business that happens through channels, right? And we are not only invested in terms of the in terms of just the business, but we have heavy investment in the manpower for the channel. The channel manpower heavy investment is to serve the channel partners. So our dependence, that it's when you invest. So I have a very simple philosophy: when you invest in people for any particular business, that's the biggest investment, because that's always a constant OpEx. And that's what we have done. I think we have a big investment of people into the channels to see that our partners are well taken care. They get a good experience working with us. We may not be perfect, and I tell you, we are. And I actually do not believe it to be perfect, because I always say we are in constant beta state. We are improvising, we are learning, we are changing ourselves, because important is to change it with the time, and the demands of the partners with the times are also changing. But to your question, the partner, I think channels they are super important. They are backbone of our business, and will continue to do so. Even in our new offerings which are there, the channel partners will have a great role to play in selling and servicing. So there would be a lot of servicing and a lot of other options coming up over there. I would say there is all bright spots for the channel.
All right, you said about data, this age of data. Data is something which is changing the entire market scenario. Along with the data, you also agree that cloud is something which is changing the future of the market. So cloud is everywhere. The adoption is humongous, whether it is private cloud or public cloud or the hybrid cloud. So how do you see, or what are the pieces of advice you have for the channel partners to stay them relevant and create growth momentum in this cloud age, particularly for these channel partners?
So I think I mentioned about building skills. So this is very important. This is the time when there are two or three things I would say. Let me put it in context here. So first, most important thing I think for the partners is that to ensure that the people are reskilled. They are able to do those conversations with the customer, because it's a changed scenario over there. So I think that's first and most important thing. And we run a lot of training programs to see that partners, people are fully trained. So that's one thing, which is to let you know. The second most important thing is to see that, they are able to build some of the partners I know they're doing, not many are doing, but is build services around this and there are services capability. I mean, when I say data migration, it could be it could be application level services. It could be any of these kind of services which are coming up, security services. So it's very important to see that they are able to do that, because these are some of the things which are required. Either it could be on-premise solution or on cloud. And third most important thing is not to forget that, and not to mistake this at any point by any partner, I would say. It's a very dynamic market. So we are seeing repatriation of the workloads. So there is a big demand on on the on-premise as well. So not that you just kind of move in one direction. You really need to strike the balance over there and see that which was your strength area, you continue to build that. Many a times it happens, people just focus on new technologies so much that they kind of go off what they were go off the track what they were good at. So that's anyway happening, and that data center building capability is super important, because even you will see hyperscalers doing that, a lot of people doing that, and this has become evident and clear that it's a market of hybrid cloud. So you are not going to see everything up there. There's going to be workloads which are going to be on premise. And specifically in certain verticals, it's so important. I mean, certain verticals are 80% on premise, right? And certain, it depends. I mean, and they are, and like I said, repatriation of workloads are happening because that's not a really, inexpensive solution, by the way. People found it out. Now that's what customers have seen it over a period of time. Once you kind of engage in that, and that's what has been seen. So good that there's a realization with the customers and everyone. So it's but for the partners, and these three things would be very important, as I mentioned, in this changing time. And they really need to stay vigilant and up in the market to see that they are able to service their customers with the changing needs. And I think that's about it.
All right, Anil. Today in this platform, we have got so many partners, very key people in the entire ecosystem. There might be some who would be Dell partner. There will be others who are not doing Dell technologies as part of their business, portfolio. So can you? You must have spoken this many times, but can you reiterate? Can you say again? The key benefits that Dell offers to its partners to stay focused and dedicated to driving a Dell business.
So you mean that? I'm sorry, I'm going to understand this question a little bit. So you're saying is that the benefits that being a Dell partner is there? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I'm asking about the key benefits that Dell is offering. Maybe, I mean, obviously Dell partners know it, but there might be newcomers to Dell portfolio or partner program who might have been knowing it, or there might be non-Dell partners who must understand, who must listen to you.
Got it. So I think there are. Let me say these are going to be three important things. So I think the first is that we ensure that the partners, when they are signed up with us, they have an opportunity to enhance their status by becoming titanium, platinum, or gold. So that, and by the way, this is really a changing part, because lots changes with the status, by the way. So that's the first thing. So how do they do that? We skill them, we help them, we give the trainings to our authorized partners also to see that they can graduate to those statuses. So that's the one thing. And the most important thing, I think we ran the best partner program in the industry. And it is the most comprehensive program, I would say. Not that because I'm here only, so I'm saying it, but it is. And many of the partners will vouch for that. And people who are already participating with us and working with us closely. It's the best program, which is by alumni. And it is not just a flat program. It helps you grow from your small base to the bigger base, and as the revenues, as the business grows for each partner. So very, very progressive program, and really helpful for the partners today. And the third also is that we run a great. I think we are the only people in the industry who do this, and I take pride in saying that everybody runs an MDF, but we also we today allow partners with our MDF to go and invest and go and spend and donate onto the running activities for during this pandemic, and doing CSR activities and helping people, because one of the biggest motto and the objective of Dell has been, always you would have read, is human progress. So one is that we were doing, so we have also involved partners along with us to see that, they can go and also do that activities, and they can use the marketing funds for that. So very extremely unique one. And this is something, I mean, everybody spends on the business in increasing demand and doing anything, right? So this is something completely new thing which we have introduced and do it. So I think these are three things. But apart from that, I think we have a supercharged team into each region, a big presence, and one of the finest sales force in the industry, which work very closely with the partners and help at the customer level to see that together in the partnership we can work together. Like I said, never in a perfect world. It's not that we would be everywhere great, but that's an endeavor. I mean, that's what we work, that's what we do, that's what we fight internally, that's what we live and win and celebrate the success together with them. So that's what we do, Sanjay.
All right, Anil, I think you rightly concluded that we are not in a perfect world. We always endeavor and try to do better and better every time that we attend to do something. So thank you, Anil, for taking time out from your busy schedule and be present on this platform and speak to the entire community of channel partners. Thank you very much and stay safe.
Thanks, Sanjay. You take care too, and thanks for the opportunity. Have a great event. Take care. Bye. And thanks to all the partners over there. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Anil Shetty, Vice President, General Manager, Channels India, Dell Technologies. Thank you, Anil. Pragya, over to you.